News Radio 840 WHAS. Coming up on today's Louisville Real Estate Show, can a condo association prohibit you from moving your emotional support dog in with you? What happens if a contractor working for your neighbor does damage to your property? What's the recourse? And we'll talk about how to slash your summer bills with some genius energy hacks that even LG&E will not tell us about. Hi, everybody. Bob Sokoler, owner of the Sokoler team at Remax Properties East. Thank you for joining us and with us. Until the top of the hour, we've got Chuck Crosby, who is the head guy over at the Crosby Law Office. They do real estate closings and wills, powers of attorney, foreclosure defense, commissioner sales. Chuck says if he doesn't do it, he knows who does, and he'll get you to them. You can reach Chuck at 499-6360. Also here, Randy Rocky with Swan Financial. They do a great job of shopping your loan to get you the very best rate. When it comes to getting a mortgage, you want that best rate, and you want the work that Randy and his team does. You can reach Randy at 645-0736. And if you're thinking of selling your home now or in the future, I'd love to be able to help you. We also have a buyer team as well. You can reach me for selling your home. I come out, we talk, it's free, no obligation, and I'll answer any questions you have. You can reach me anytime on my cell phone, 376-5483, or it's 376-LIVE. Or go to bobsellslouisville.com, click on the top of the page to hit submit the information. And then for free, no obligation analysis of what your home is worth, go to wesellouisville.com and fill out the information, and a computer will get you an estimate of what the home is worth almost immediately. All right, let's get to the questions that are coming in. Rebecca owns a rental property in Oldham County, and she says in this email, Chuck Crosby at the Crosby Law Offices, one of the renters recently broke a finger. Rebecca says the renter is blaming her uneven tile in the kitchen for the fall. She says Rebecca hasn't received any bills yet, but she says the renter has indicated they'll be sending over bills for an emergency medical visit. Rebecca's wondering, does she have to pay them? What can she do?
Well, whenever there's an injury in a rental, not whenever, frequently when there's an injury in a rental, that kind of scenario ensues. That's why you want to have really great insurance. Okay. Have good insurance on your rental properties and then just turn it into them. Then you don't have to worry about it. Now, is it something that you ought to just say, oh, yeah, my fault? Probably not. Is the tile dangerous? Did they give you notice? There's all kinds of variables in here, but that's a quick send it to your insurance company. Just to keep in mind, under this same note, that's why maybe your rental properties shouldn't be in your personal name. They should be in the name of an LLC or some other entity to shield what assets you have in your personal name. The idea being that if the house is in an LLC, they can go after the assets of the LLC, not yours. So something to think about.
Okay, and good advice. So maybe, Rebecca, your next thing is to call your insurance company and make sure your insurance is the top that you can get, just to make sure that and make sure you might want to call. Chuck, do you do that where you incorporate? I
Yeah,
don't think you do.
absolutely.
So we'll give out Chuck's number in just a bit as well. So that may be another thing for you to do as well, Rebecca. We move on to Randy Rocky at Swan Financial. Tiffany sent us an email, and she is buying her first home. She listens to our show on a regular basis. Thank you, Tiffany.
Awesome.
And something that we have talked about in the past actually happened to her while applying for her loan. The loan officer at the mortgage company she's working with asked her to identify where $500 in deposits came from in her bank account. I guess that's a regular scenario for loan officers, Randy? Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, you have to source your deposits. That is correct.
All right, so Tiffany says she received a number of gifts for her birthday back in May and does not exactly know or remember which people gave her the money. So she is wondering, is that going to be a problem with the loan officer?
It could be, and maybe those deduct the $500 off as for assets. It's if it was $3,000 she received, it would be a real problem. But with it being 500, hopefully there'll be a workaround with that because it is such a low amount. But you can just simply explain that it is her birthday. They can look at her birthday date and go, okay, she probably got that deposit, that money from there. And if you have a logical underwriter, they'll probably let that one slide.
So, Randy, I think what we're saying here, the takeaway, I think for all of us is if you are planning on buying a home in the next year, to start making note of where any income coming into your bank accounts comes from. Is that a
Well,
smart move?
yes, but what I try to do is if they have enough assets or they're going to put a bunch of assets in from their paycheck or whatever, I have them open a savings account and they just have a totally separate account and it doesn't go through all the things that go in and out on a checking account. So we don't have to source all this. All we do is source the actual deposits
Okay.
that are not birthday related. You
Not
know?
birthday. Yeah. And it's good to know this, folks. If you're thinking of buying a home now in the future, even years from now, this is the type of information you want to compile in the back of your head to go, I remember from the radio show and we should do this. That's good
Right,
information.
right. And
Yeah.
if they have it in for 60 days, it doesn't matter where you got it from. So if you have it
Good.
in your account for 60 days, they will not make you source it. It's inside 60 days.
All right. Very good. We move on. And a reminder, if you'd like to see what the buyers and sellers are saying about my Sokoler team that we have now 21 years. I just celebrated my 21st anniversary in this business. You can go to LouisvilleZillow.com or LouisvilleGoogle.com where we have our reviews, and we're very proud of our reviews. Chuck Crosby, Crosby Law Office Melissa, sent us an interesting question. She wants to purchase and then move into a condo, but she is being told that the condo association and the building will not allow an emotional support animal to live in the condo with her. And I'm not sure who's telling her this, but she says she's wondering if the Fair Housing Act applies for condominiums and what should she do if she purchases the condo and then she's told that she can't have her dog, their emotional support dog. Chuck?
Well, first off, we're going to have to define emotional support dog. Make sure you've got all those I's dotted and T's crossed, so that is in fact what it is. Getting a certificate off the internet doesn't necessarily get you there, but get that all squared away first. Second, contact the HOA. Get them to say that this is the case. Hearing a rumor isn't going to do you any good. You got to have someone actually tell you this. Get it in writing. And then give me a call and I will hook you up with at least 3 entities that will take care of this for you at no cost.
But do this before you purchase, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, do you want to get in there and then have to deal with it while you're going home?
No.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But a lot of it can be resolved is just, first off, you want to find out. So whether it's just rumor or whether it's something that the board is actually saying, get it in writing. If they don't put it in writing, well, there's a problem there. Maybe you want to rethink where you move. But get it in writing, and then once you have it in writing, if they say, no, we don't allow this, then, like I said, there's a number of governmental agencies that exist simply to push this issue.
Yeah, so there's an interesting point to this that we should bring up. I know, and you actually mentioned it briefly, that there were a number, I don't know if they still are, but a number of websites online where you can get a certificate and even patches you can buy, like things that you can put on your dog that says emotional support animal. And it was because people were taking advantage of the rule that airlines were allowing you to bring your dog on with them if it was an emotional support dog. I read an article about that. I think they've cut that back severely.
Yeah. It's not difficult to get these things, but you want to make sure you've got a legitimate one. Getting on Etsy and having someone carve you up a badge or whatever doesn't, necessarily cut it.
Yep.
But anyhow.
Yeah, no, you're right. Melissa, we wish you the best. Kelsey owns a home in Henry County. Came home last week to find a tree contractor working on the side of his house by his property, cutting back some of the trees. This is for Chuck Crosby. Apparently, his neighbor had hired a contractor to trim the trees that were hanging over onto the neighbor's property. But Kelsey says the tree contractor had come over to his land to reach the trees, and in the meantime, there was damage done to one of the garden beds, and Kelsey said he never gave permission to the contractor, and he's now wondering how he proceeds to get damages repaid. Chuck Crosby?
Okay, so if I understand this correctly,
Yeah.
tree limbs hanging over,
All
they're
right.
getting rid of them. So the contractor comes onto their lawn, neighbor's lawn, and steps in the flower bed and does damage.
Right.
Wants
Sounds
to
good.
get that damage repaired.
Right.
Okay, first off, it's got to be real damage. Footprints in mud, tracking through some mulch. I don't know, busting down decorative fences, knocking over. Expensive yard art and damaging it. We have to define what we're talking about here. In the first place, the general rule, if somebody comes onto your property and does damage, they're liable for it. In this case, you might have two parties. You've got the party that did it, and then the party who hired them to go and do whatever, and they did the damage. So, technically, you could go after one of two parties. When you mention flower bed, okay, what is it? $5 to go buy some new flowers and plant them? I
Oh,
don't
it's
know.
more than $5, Chuck.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you because I've done it recently, and it could be hundreds if you've got a nice bed of flowers.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
point being, how much is an attorney going to be to sue them to
Oh,
collect
oh.
that?
Yeah. Okay. You've got a point there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, now you're talking about he'd best darn well have damaged the entire bed
Yeah. No kidding.
and go from there. Now you can always
Yeah.
do small claims under $2,500, but yeah, somebody comes on your lawn, they do damage. Yeah, they're responsible for it. But flower beds. Maybe they're prized orchids. I don't know. Maybe it's Nero Wolf that is raising these orchids there, and they're
Mm.
terribly expensive. Okay,
Hmm.
well, that's damage that might get you to hire an attorney. But I get this occasionally where somebody, oh, it's the principle of the thing,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, what if I get you a signed letter apologizing? Will that suffice? And it's like, no, I want money. Well, it's always the money, right?
Yeah.
So the idea here is you got to do the cost benefit analysis. You're going to pay thousands to an attorney to collect $500 or $600 or whatever. I don't know.
Does small claims court come into play here? Can
Yeah,
he
they're
could
under $2,500.
Okay, so
Anything
that
under
might work out.
$2,500.
So
So you can go that route, but that
yeah,
also takes up a lot of time and trouble, and you may not get where you think you're going to go.
may not be worth it. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, 8 garage door security secrets thieves hope you never learn about, but we're going to tell you about them. Continuing with us after the break, Randy Rocky, Swan Financial. They do a great job shopping the loan to get you the very best rates. You can reach Randy at 645-0736. Also staying with us, Chuck Crosby. He is the head guy because his name, by the way, is on the door. The Crosby Law Offices, and he does a fabulous job at getting your loan closed because he crosses the T's and dots the I's. He also does wills, powers of attorney, foreclosure defense, commissioner sales. Great job. And you can reach Chuck at 499-6360. And if you're thinking of selling your home now or in the future or even buying a home, I've got a team. We help. But when it comes to selling, it's me. I come out. We talk. It's free, no obligation. As long as you want, I'll answer every question that you might have. No home too big, no home too small. And I work in both Louisville, Southern Indiana, and surrounding counties. You can reach me on my cell phone, 376-5483. That's 376 Live. Or go to bobsellslouisville.com. Click on the top of the submit form, and it'll come to me, and I'll call you. And then also for a free no obligation analysis of what your home is worth. Again, free of charge. Just simply go to WeSellLouisville.com and click on the top of the page, and our computer will send you out an estimate. We're back in a moment on News Radio 840 WHAS. News Radio 840 WHAS, Bob Sokoler, Louisville Real Estate Show. Thank you, Barbara Corcoran. She's a mentor, friend, Shark Tank, and more. We thank her for helping us and being a good friend to us. We are continuing with the Louisville Real Estate Show till the top of the hour. Continuing with us, Chuck Crosby, the Crosby Law Offices. They do a great job of real estate closings and wills and a whole much more. You can get a hold of Chuck to get your loan closed at 499-6360. Also staying with us, Randy Rocky, who is one of the head guys at Swan Financial. They shop the loan to get you the very best rates. You can reach Randy and his group at 645-0736. And if you're thinking about selling your home or buying a home, give me a buzz. There's no home too big, no home too small. When it comes to selling, it's me. I'll come out. We'll talk. I'll spend as much time as you need. getting all your questions answered and hopefully laying out a path to your next home. You can reach me on my cell phone, 376-5483. That's 376 Live. Or go to bobsellslouisville.com and click on the top of the page after you fill out the information, hit submit. And for a free analysis of what your home is worth, go to WeSellLouisville.com and click on the top of the page as well. All right, here we go. 8 garage door security secrets that thieves hope you never, ever know about. And listen, the garage door is more than just a way to get in and out and park your car. It can be a major access point to your home. Thieves know it. So don't leave your remote in the car. It sounds harmless, but if a thief breaks into your car, even in your own driveway, they've got a key to your home. They can go through that front door or the garage door into your house. Also, cover the windows. If your garage has windows, you're giving burglars a free peek into some of the items you might have in there, and what valuables may be there may be gone when you're gone. So cover the windows. Disable the emergency release when you're away. This was a wow for me. We have those cords that you pull, so if the power's out, you can get out of the garage. Well, thieves can get, especially if you have a window in the garage, they can break the window. Then they take a wire of some sort and they hook it around that cord that releases the garage door. And once they released it, they got into your garage. And if your door to your house is unlocked, they walk in. So always remember to lock that interior door from the garage to your home. Also install motion detectors, lights outside that sense when someone's walking up to your garage. That way it comes on and could scare them. You might want to upgrade to a smart garage opener. The modern openers let you control and monitor your garage from your phone, so you'll know if the garage door is open or not. You want to reinforce the garage door. Many garage doors can be kicked in with minimal effort, so make sure the garage has some stability to it. Don't advertise your absence if you're going on vacation. That's a no-no. Wait till you get back to post the pictures on social media. And one of the things I think that's really important is get a video camera in the garage that you can monitor from anywhere in the world. There's many of them out there now. I just actually started doing some searches to see if there's anything new, and they've come down in price. And I think this might be the time, if you're thinking about it, to go ahead and get some video surveillance on your house, and in the garage as well will help. Those are some of our tips to keeping your home safe and secrets that thieves hope you do not know about. Back to our questions. Randy Rocky, Alyssa is buying a home. Now that her divorce is final, she's wondering, when she applies for a mortgage, what information is she's going to need to give to the loan officer about the divorce or legal documentation to verify, say, child support and things like that. In short, she's asking in this email, how can she best be prepared for the mortgage application process? What would you say?
Yes. So she will just need a divorce decree, and that will lay out, she's going to have alimony if it's more than 3 years, or if she given alimony, that, that goes against her income, or so that is the one thing they can do. Child support. So it'll say that in the decree, and that will tell us what we can use as far as an approval, either for or against her, for income or actual what she is paying her ex-husband.
Let me ask this. So how long of a period of time does a divorce have an effect on buying a home? In other words, if Alyssa was divorced 5 years ago, does she still have to provide
Oh, yes.
documentation? Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so how
Yes.
Yeah,
long
I've
of
had
it?
to go back and dig it up
Oh,
15, 20 years.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
oh,
yeah. Even
Yeah.
if you're remarried, yeah, we have to have the divorce decrees from previous marriages. So, if you've
And
been
it's
married
not
three,
just so much the divorce decree, because, and I understand everybody uses shorthand in that neck of the woods, alimony, maintenance, just different terms. I know what the forms say, but the divorce decree is like 10 items that
right,
say, not, married, et cetera, et cetera. But it will say also incorporating the property settlement agreement. That's what everybody's looking for, is that property settlement agreement.
right.
And you want to hang on to it, because I only get involved in searching for those things when somebody doesn't have it handy. I can't imagine why you wouldn't have it handy, but keep that handy.
that's really a great tip. So for husbands and wives who may be going through this or have gone through this, keep that in a file that you can
Mhm.
access. And Chuck, it sounds like that's available online if you know where to go, or if you have an attorney who's
It
smart to know.
may be online.
Uh-huh.
Certainly, Jefferson County, a lot of that's online, but it's only if you have the secret handshake website. Otherwise, you just go downtown to the circuit domestic relations desk, and they'll be able to get it for you.
Good. Got it. If you are thinking about selling your home and you need a real estate agent to sell your home, I'm ready. I'm applying for the job. You can go to LouisvilleHouseDoctors.com, fill out the form, hit submit, and yes, I do make house calls, and they're free of charge on that. All right, we go back to our questions. Cody is in the process of buying a home and applying for a mortgage. He also needs new furniture, and he's put a deposit down on several items, Randy Rocky. And his dad's telling him, hey, Cody, that's going to be a problem for getting a mortgage. Cody
Right.
says, I haven't paid for the items yet, just a deposit. So he's wondering in this email to us, how should he proceed? Has he created a problem for himself at this point?
He could have because of if it's in the checking account and he pulled the money out, they might want to know what it's for. It's just best not to do that until you actually close on the home. And I know people want to get furniture and they want to get things set up, but you just got to have everything ready as soon as you close it. Then you can go out and do all the things you want to do with buying furniture and things of that nature.
All right, but specifically, if it's just a deposit, is that going to create the, because maybe it was a check, maybe he put a deposit with his credit
Yeah,
card. Is that going to hurt him? I'm just
more than
trying.
likely it will
It
not.
will. It will not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, more than likely it will not because there's not he did not take a loan out. So we should be okay in that scenario. As long
Okay.
as he has enough assets to close the home, enough cash assets to close the home for the down payment, he should be fine.
All right. So just to be graphic about this, Cody and everybody else, if you're thinking about buying a home, do not make a purchase for a big item, furniture,
That is
car,
correct.
right?
Absolutely.
Because that will hurt the ratios. Am I right about that? The
Oh
front
yes.
back end ratios and
Yes.
on how much money you have. Okay, good. All right, that helps. I'm hoping that is good for everybody to follow. A reminder: if you want to hear what sellers are saying about us, you can go to the video and see it. We do the interviews. LouisvilleSellersTalk.com. LouisvilleSellersTalk.com. Chuck Crosby at the Crosby Law Offices. Erica says she listens to our show all the time. Thanks, Erica. She says that over the 4th of July holiday weekend, her neighbor had a party, and there was a whole lot of noise being generated from the people who attended. Erica says if it was just this one time, she would not have a problem with it, but she says the neighbor is continually having parties that also include people parking in the street on both sides of the street, by the way, which, as many of us will tell you, it makes it difficult to drive down the street, which is why you should tell your guests just park on one side, don't park on both. So she's not thrilled about bringing over a pie, Chuck,
Right.
which
I
you
get
would,
this.
yep, that you would normally suggest, folks. If you listen to the show, it's, what is it, your pie,
Apple pie diplomacy.
apple pie diplomacy.
Yes.
She's wondering how should she proceed without the pie.
Well, without the pie, well, then you get nasty. You can do all kinds of things. If there's an HOA, make a complaint with the HOA because certainly that kind of activity would violate that scenario. So if there's an HOA, go to the HOA. That's what it's for. If there's a party going on, it's too raucous. I think you can still call the cops about that kind of thing. Have them come out and tell them to, tone down the music. And I would presume that if you do it enough times, they'll get the idea. But in this case, if there's an HOA, that's probably the best way to go. As to the car situation, like I said, if there's an HOA, that could be resolved in that fashion. But if it's the city, my understanding is the city is remarkably slow on doing anything about parking.
Oh, all right. Well, just out of curiosity, if Erica or one of the people listening to us calls the police and
Hmm.
reports a problem like that, the police don't give up who called, the name of the party calling, right? They don't go
I
over.
think it'll become evident.
They
Uh,
really?
well, if there's in where I live, if there's a complaint, even if it's anonymous, you typically know who's making the complaint.
Oh,
And people talk to other people. Well, I'm talking to my neighbor on the left. Hey, cops came over and told us we were too loud. And the other guy goes, oh my God, I can't believe that. Well, then it kind of leaves one other person. It
yeah.
doesn't take, near a wolf to figure out who did what.
You don't think if you just simply were to say, put a note anonymously and put it in the person's mailbox.
You can do that.
Yeah.
My experience is that kind of thing doesn't work.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
hoping something, but other than the police, especially if you're tagged as being the person calling it.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
neighbors talk. Aren't
Yeah.
there like little apps out there and
Yeah.
whatnot?
That
You
you're right.
can,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
All
the
right.
cops don't come out and say, "Oh, hey, so and so called and told us."
Yeah.
But
Yeah. All right. Well, we're out of time. Hopefully, Erica, that helps you. And I'm sorry we don't have a better recourse
yeah,
action there for you. Our thanks go out to Chuck Crosby. He's the head guy at the Crosby Law Office. And if you're looking to close a loan for real estate or wills, and it's so important, having a will, power of attorney you need, a foreclosure defense, commissioner's sale, Chuck can do the job for you and do it expertly. You can reach Chuck at 499-6360. Also, if you're going to think about buying a home or in the process of shopping for a loan for a new home, listen, Swan Financial does a really good job. I can tell you from personal experience that Randy shops the mortgage to get you the very best rate. He does that for every one of his clients. He takes personal pride in getting you the very best rate. You can reach Randy at his group at 645-0736. And if you're thinking of selling your home now or in the future, I would love, love, love to really come out, help you. It's free, no obligation for us to talk. And I will give you as much time as you want, answering every question that you've got and kind of drawing a picture of what is the path to getting your home on the market. And we'll try to come up with a price that the home will sell for. It's again, no obligation, no home too big, no home too small. And I work both in Louisville, surrounding counties, and in southern Indiana. Call me on my cell phone, 376-5483. That's 376 live, or go to bobsellslouisville.com, fill out the form, hit submit. I'll get that. I'll give you a buzz. And then for a free, no obligation analysis of what your home is worth, our computer will do it for you. All you need to do is go to WeSellLouisville.com, click on the top of the page, and fill out the information. That's it. We're out of time. Have a great Sunday. We'll see you next Sunday on News Radio 840 WHAS.